The Alabama Farmers Federation and the Alabama Farmers Cooperative proudly present Simply Southern with Jim Allen and Mary Wilson.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for Simply Southern. I'm Mary Wilson.
And I'm Jim Allen. On today's show, you'll meet a couple who fell in love with agriculture as children. That mutual interest caused them to fall in love with each other as adults.
I grew up on a small cow-calf operation in Noonan, Georgia, and he grew up in Gordo, Alabama. We went on to Auburn University, which is where we met.
What do a computer programmer and an auto technician do in their spare time? You might not guess run a winery, but one Alabama couple who stumbled into winemaking can't imagine life without it.
We didn't choose the winery chose us.
Some folks start their garden from seeds, while others begin with young plants. Today, Sydney Phelps of Bonnie Plants will tell you why one is better than the other.
But up next on Simply Southern, we'll take a stroll through a Grecian garden paradise right here in Alabama.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith? Alabama farmers live those things every day. They can serve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all, right here in Alabama.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
In 1927, Ben and Mary Fitzpatrick sold their shares of a successful chain of department stores and looked for a place to enjoy retirement. They purchased a plot of land near the Coosa and Tallapoosa rivers, naming their new home Jasmine Hill for the sweet-smelling blooms growing there. Nearly a century later, flowers still greet visitors to Wetumpka's Jasmine Hill Gardens, but they're only a small part of the charm of this Alabama treasure. If your sense of direction is as shaky as mine, strolling through Jasmine Hill Gardens could make you question which side of the Atlantic you're on. Alabama may already have an Athens, but this little oasis in Wetumpka is the closest thing you'll find to ancient Greece in this state.
Jasmine Hill is a place with a 90-year history. It's a 22-acre garden with statues that are largely from the classical period in Greece. We have the world's only full-scale replica of the Temple of Hera, and it is rich in nature. We've got a lot of native plants, really big, beautiful trees and shrubs, and surprising vistas throughout the garden.
The garden's theme is a result of a trip original owners Ben and Mary Fitzpatrick made to Greece in the 1930s.
I happened to be in Greece when the German archaeologists in Olympia were uncovering the Olympic site. And they found out about the Temple of Hera ruins where the Olympic flame was started, and they were so inspired by it, they decided to hire a German archaeologist and an American architectural student who was helping on the dig to draw the plans of the ruins, and they came back to the United States.
In addition to building the world's only replica of the Temple of Hera, the Fitzpatricks employed sculptors to recreate many of the statues they had seen while traveling through Greece.
We have Dying Gaul, we have Venus de Milo, we have Winged Victory, or the Nike of Samothrace. And in addition to all of the statuary and temple ruins, we have a view across a meteorite crater that people are coming to see now.
Jim Inscoe and his wife Elmore took over Jasmine Hill in 1971 and have enjoyed sharing its story with countless visitors over the years. The gardens have hosted a variety of events, from Smithsonian-sponsored folk dancing tours to concerts by popular musical acts like Tony Tennille. And when the Olympics came to Atlanta in 1996, Jasmine Hill made the perfect backdrop for an ancient Greek ceremony.
When the 1996 Olympics were to be held in Atlanta, we were able to get the Olympic flame started at the Temple of Hera in Olympia, Greece, to come to the Temple of Hera in Alabama. My wife had always, in conducting tours of students through the gardens, she would come to the Temple of Hera and say, this is a copy of where the Olympic flame is started in Greece. And she said, I hope one day the flame will be started in Greece and come to Jasmine Hill, which it did. So it was a dream come true for her.
In 2019, Jasmine Hill Gardens celebrated its 90th anniversary, filling the grounds with a variety of art and activities for visitors. In March 2020, the gardens will debut a new event, the Naturally Artful Festival, featuring international artists, speakers, and performers focused on the link between the beauty of nature and a peaceful world. As Jasmine Hill approaches its 100th year, it hopes to continue to bring a little of both to future generations.
What we're looking forward to in the future is really making it a place of peace and harmony and inner healing. But we also want this to be a place where people think about it as a place where we do care about each other and the planet.
Jasmine Hill is just this gorgeous space where you can come and think and be still and not have to have your cell phone in your hand and listen to the birds and enjoy the trees and nature. And we all need to be doing that regularly, and this is a place where we're encouraging people to come and do exactly that.
Be sure to visit jasminehill.org for all the activities and events available at the garden, including their Naturally Artful Festival in March.
It's such a beautiful place with the flora, the statuary, that Temple of Hera reproduction. It's a photographer's dream.
Yeah, Jim Inscoe had a funny story. They built the temple during World War II, and the U.S. was flying reconnaissance everywhere, and they thought something a little fishy was being built down there, so the FBI ended up in the garden.
Oh my goodness, but it must have passed inspection because it's still around today.
It did.
Now up next on Simply Southern, we'll meet a couple who began making wine as a hobby and have now earned their place among Alabama's growing number of successful wineries.
Wear long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed-toed shoes. Don't be ticked. Use repellents with 20% DEET on skin and 0.5% permethrin on gear and clothing. Don't be ticked. Avoid sitting on rotten logs or stumps. Don't be ticked. Protect yourself from serious tick-borne illnesses and seek timely treatment to prevent long-term problems. No hunters were angered in the making of this film.
Get discounts on national brands and at local businesses with your Alpha Farmers membership. Members save hundreds with Ford, John Deere, Case IH, and Caterpillar. Plus, enjoy special rates at Choice and Wyndham Hotels. Benefits include rewards at Office Depot, Priester's Pecans, tourism destinations, and more. Download the Alpha Perks app, visit alphafarmers.org/perks, or stop by your local Alpha office and start saving today.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
Soybean is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
Some of the best things in life start with a bundle. And some of them can actually save you money. Like when you bundle your auto and life insurance with Alpha. Protect what's important to you at a price you can afford.
All for a better life.
Alpha Insurance.
All for a better life.
Ask your local agent about Alpha's Auto Life discount.